Hey everyone, this is Travis with Full Spectrum Laser. Right here we have a Muse Titan that we have recently unpackaged. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. It'll show you how to safely remove it from the crate. Right now we are going to lift it onto the table, and I'm going to talk about some safe lifting practices. To help you easily and safely remove this from the crate, we include lift straps with every Muse Titan. The Titan is pretty heavy, so get some help to lift it out of the crate. I have Jose here who's going to help me out. Now that we have the Titan on the table, we want to examine the entire thing to make sure that there's no shipping damages. Examine the front and the back, make sure all the ports on the back look good, and then after you've done that, open it up to check out inside. There are going to be 5 zip ties that hold everything in place on the gantry, as well as some foam that holds it in place as well. For your safety, use a proper tool to cut the zip ties. Do not use a knife or scissors. Also be careful not to cut the belt when cutting the zip ties on the belt. When you're cutting the zip ties, you may have to go between the 2 belts to cut it. Be very careful and go very slowly. Four-inch ducting for your exhaust fan, 4-inch duct clamps to hold them in place, exhaust flange and screws to hold it in place so you can attach your 4-inch ducting to the back of the Titan. Exhaust fan, the power cable for your Titan, power cable for your water chiller, 2 water lines for the water chiller connection, air compressor for the air assist, 1 air line to connect your air compressor to the Titan, an Ethernet cable, thermal paper, lens wipes, and a 2mm and 2.5mm hex key. This is the standard water chiller that comes with every Muse Titan. You also have the option to upgrade to a refrigerated water chiller. We're going to start with connecting the flange to the back of the machine for your exhaust. This will be done using the 4 screws and 2.5mm hex key included with it. We're going to start with a large ducting and the 2 large ducting clamps. You will also need a flathead screwdriver to connect it to the back of the Muse on the flange that we just installed. Now we're going to connect the other side of this ducting to the side of the exhaust fan using the other large clamp. Now we're going to take the aluminum ducting and connect it to the outside of the exhaust. Now that we have the exhaust properly connected, you're going to take the end that is open and run it out of a window or a door. Now we need to connect the water chiller. You should have received 2 silicone hoses that will run the water from your chiller to the Muse. These we're going to want to run from the in on the chiller to the out on the Titan, and then from the out on the chiller to the in on the Titan. That way it will run in the proper direction. Now that the lines are connected, you want to fill this up with distilled water only. You can use a funnel to make sure you don't spill it everywhere. The last thing that we want to get set up in order to get the Titan up and running is going to be your air compressor. This is super easy. Just take your air line and plug it into the nozzle on the compressor, and then take the other end and plug it into the Titan. Now we're just going to plug the air compressor into the top slot. This is going to be your air assist. And then your exhaust fan goes into the bottom one. Now that everything's hooked up, the last thing we need to do is just plug it in. And now it's good to go. Stay tuned for our next video where we're going to get this thing up and running, and we'll show you the basic operation. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.